Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today, and boy, I gotta tell you what, we are in a struggle tight spot in this one. And kind of thinking that this might be one of the last episodes for this series, depending on how this one goes. It's looking pretty rough. So last time we got together, we had, I don't know, more than 45 adults. Like, I think it was 50 something, and we're down to 45. Obviously, I've done a couple things. So I've been going back and forth with the traders. I currently have 2 caravans out. One's getting us more cats, and one of them is buying us some timber. Because obviously we're very low on timber. So what I did, just like total reset. I took everybody out of everything, and then I went through and I said, okay, what do we have left? Let's get people back in the field. So we need the agave for some distillery stuff. So we have agave going, peas, some cactus, and some oats. So we have, I guess I don't have anybody cutting cactuses now, so I'm gonna put a couple more people in here. So we have those guys working the farms. We have people working in the pastures for the alpaca meat and its wool. So we got that, so that's really Taylor. I took everybody out of our coal mine. I sprinkled somebody back in the clinic, church. I didn't put anybody in the theater yet, and the bathhouse. The bathhouse, I said. We're kind of a struggle bus for sure. So we're kind of just waiting for a couple things right now. We're waiting for this immigrant to get here, and we're waiting to see how this turns out with these caravans. Oh, I also put in a couple people over here to try and get us some timber. They're trying to like reset a little bit and just do the basics, but the game is fighting me every step of the way. I'm really not confident about getting this one done and like living through this. We got a couple people that became adults here, so we're at 46 now, up from 44 just a second ago, but I don't really think it's going to be enough. But we'll see. So I just wanted to bring you in here and tell you the beginnings of what we're doing, what we're planning on this episode here, and we're just going to see if we can make it. We do have, it looks like a good harvest, so we're still in the green with food, so we'll see how we do with everything else. I did also have a couple people in the reservoirs over here for water. But I'll bring you back once we get these laborers here, and we'll sprinkle them in, and I'll see what these trade things deal for us. Looks like we lost one person, so yeah, not going that great. So I'll be back in a moment, and we'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. We got our immigrants finally, 11 of them. That's nice. We're gonna need those guys. So now we're up to 54. So it looks like food is doing pretty well. So we got food's good, beverages are good, water, and timber. This is a false number because we had a shipment come in from our caravans, so it looks like it's doing really well, but it's not really. You can see we got tools all over the place. That's reflected here. The timber was a part of trying to get some stockpile in here so we can start to continue to make some more iron tools. Yes, start to continue. And so that's kind of working. I don't have a really constant source of iron at this point. I could flop this over from coal to be iron. That might be something good to do with some of these workers here. So I'll put 2 people in there. Because we also wanted to get into carving workshop so we could continue to produce something so that we can sell it for some money. Well, instead of just buying the cats and then selling the cats again. So we do have some more cats on the way here. But we want to be able to produce something that we can sell, right? So that's kind of what I feel like would be the thing that saves us, as long as we have the people to do it. And that's the trickiest part right now. It looks like, yeah, see, now I don't have any any domestic fuels, and it's in the middle of winter time, so I'm quite concerned if we're gonna make it through this winter. I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 people in there just to really turbocharge this domestic fuels thing. I think we're gonna have some deaths this winter time. I neglected to remember that we needed to have some more domestic fuels going, so we're gonna have some deaths, I think. It looks like some of these houses do have domestic fuels and or coal inside of them, so that's good. At least we have a little bit stockpile in the houses, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough, so we'll see how that pans out here. What do we got over here? So yeah, none of this stuff is operating right now. I don't have anybody working in our research institute. I only have the 4 people out in the trade, and we'll shift some of these domestic fuel people, sawmill people, back into something else once we get that figured out. And looks like it's going okay. We don't have tons of snowflakes yet, so we might have had enough stockpile, luckily. This forester hut's doing okay, 121. How's this one doing? 136. Yeah, these things suck. They're so poor. They just don't do anything. We really need to get into the dense forests or the forest farms, but we're so many points away here. We're 5 points away here. We need how much rep with this one, I think. All right, so yeah, that's not, neither one of them seems to be very close at all. So what I think we should really start to work on is trying to get our timber figured out. We also were thinking about getting into silver, because I can skip this, I think, to get this. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to get to silver so that we could sell the silver itself, because it sells for pretty good. And again, just trying to produce something. But I think we'll have to focus on the statues instead of going for both things at the same time. So I think we need to work getting onto this forest farm. This got to be the priority here. Go at least 4 points, like as soon as possible, to start to get some wood coming in. These forester huts just aren't doing it. 4 people for 140 a year, that's just not good enough. But it does look like that we got to a new level with Carlos, so we are level 3 now. Ooh, obsidian could be a decent trade one as well. Or in the water nursery would be good for our medicinal herbs, which we don't have any seeds for. So that stuff with Carlos is cool, but it's pretty pointless as far as like helping us out in our current pickle. So yeah, outdoor kitchen is kind of not important right now. I feel really stuck with this playthrough. I'm hoping that this kind of reset that we did with the people would iron it out a little bit, but it doesn't really seem to be doing that great. But before I lose my 4 laborers, I think I need to, since we got some coins now, let's go get some more wood. Let's get some more domestic fuels and try and get some more tools. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that, but we gotta try, right? So let's go put this down to 4. We're gonna go insurance. We're gonna buy. We're gonna go tools. Oh, I saw iron tool right there. And then, yeah. So one thing that I wanted to do was get those statues in, right? So instead of buying the tools to use for a town, this is kind of dumb, but we could buy the tools that we need to start building that building. And that would be 20 steel tools. So 600. Okay, we can handle that. So we have some money now. We're doing okay. We'll do that. And then we need some lamp oil as well. So we'll go lamp. And then we need 40 of that. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, we can handle that. And then 40 planks. And then we can maybe even get some of these things that we need, like the tools. But I feel like we have to kind of risk this right now to try and get something so that we can continue to be more self-sufficient instead of having to flip all these things all the time. It works, it's just not great. We also are risking, losing people in the caravans every time we go out. And I did have a bunch of people die. I think 4 people die in the last caravan or 2. And it's not great. I can't afford to lose people at this point, but we'll figure it out. We're doing okay, I guess. Let's try and get some more iron tools here. 200. Ooh, I can actually like afford some tools for once. Feels good. 16. Okay, 500 iron tools. That's pretty decent. Let's go with the fuel. We want some domestic fuels, right? Oh, there's no tools called fuel. The fuel's called tools. Let's go domestic fuel, and then let's get, can we get 500? Okay, that's good. Thanks for looking up. And now we just gonna do a little bit of a timber action, and I'm hoping that with this trades with this person here, we should be looking pretty good as far as rep goes. I mean, I'm not, flipping A, the weight. I forgot about the weight. I thought we were good. Oh, we were good. Okay. I'm hoping that we'll get pretty good with this reputation with this person, but we'll see how we are here at the end. So I can only do 48 timber because we're maxing out our caravan. So let's go ahead and do that. 9,800 coins. That's not, we can handle it. It's kind of putting it all in our one basket, really, to try and be some self-sufficient instead of flipping the cats, because that works, just slow and doesn't, it's not the greatest. So we have some money left. We got lucky where we got some more events with the silver cutlery where we could sell and make some money, but we'll see if we can manage to be on our own here. I did make steel tools banned, so they won't use those steel tools anywhere else. So I know that we don't have any in the town, so my thought process is when they get back, they would use the steel tools, then we wouldn't have any, so then we would have to buy some more. So I'm trying to avoid that. We have one more person who became a laborer. We're on the good side. We're doing great with happiness. Look how many smiley faces we got. We're doing great with that. So at least our people aren't killing each other. That's a good thing for sure. We got trying to keep this cactus stuff working. These are usually so much better than this. I'm wondering why this is different. Like I was easily getting 1,000 per year with 4 people in these in previous playthroughs. So I don't know what the deal is with that. We have tons of people dying from starvation. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So let's. I'm gonna wait for this caravan to get back. I'm just gonna kind of sit here and monitor, make sure that we don't have something weird happen and just die out. We should have some fuels for the next season. We should have some tools. This feels pretty good. I think it'll be okay. So I'll be back in just a moment again. All right, so we got our caravan back into town, and I turned around. They're gonna go get some more cats so we can flip that money. We're 75 now left. Not a whole lot, but we did get all of those goods into the town. You can see that reflected here. We got 500 tools. We got a good amount of tons of water. Wow, we got almost too much water now. We got a good amount of clothing. We have some fuels, so we're doing okay for this winter, I think. Might back off some of these water producers because I don't need that many. And it looks like we need some more field workers here, so we're gonna pop those guys in there. And that guy is not making us any wood, so let's move these people. I'm gonna leave them as free laborers so that we can do this. I'm just gonna gather up all the trees around here. That's not working. These are just horrible. So I'm hoping that once we can get some more rep and get some more tech points, which we're still waiting on because this guy probably died. No, okay, so that's the person still alive. Good. But we do have the planks in now, the lamp oil we should have, and we should have had the steel tools. There they are. Okay, great. So this thing should be dang near getting ready to be built. Yeah, preparing materials for structure. So let's get this thing going. Try and use up some of our iron that we're producing here. 256 isn't that great. We're using the iron for making tools as well. Well, we were, unless we had some wood, then we were, but so we're using it up in some places, but I feel like we have to do something here. So I could use another batch of immigrants. You can see here we're 41 adults, so we've lost another all those immigrants that we got, and then some people. So yeah, our numbers are looking okay now. Everything's green, but we'll see how it turns out. Let's get these trees in and we'll see what we're looking at. But when we get these cats, I'll go ahead and we'll turn around. We'll flip them again, get some more money, and then I'll probably come back with some more timber. And that's just kind of be how we go, I guess, until we can get some more timber action happening. We have to have timber. We have to make domestic fuels. We have to make tools. There's so many things you need wood for, and we're just not getting that right now, and it's really hurting us. So that's my main focus is wood. You'd think 70 years into a game, 75 years into a game, you'd have wood figured out. But this has probably been my worst playthrough as far as getting things situated and figured out. Even after we stopped our trading thing, I was just like, I can't get anything going. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. But it's just going how it's going, I guess. So we're getting these trees picked up, and we'll get this thing built, and we'll see how we do after a little while. Get these statues rolling out. It should be a good way to get some money. And then again, as long as we got some people, we can start to do our caravans and continue that operation. So let's see, we got 100 days left on our caravan coming back with our cats, so we can sell those guys. And it looks like we lost somebody there, so I kind of only really have one laborer right now because I will replenish that with one of these laborers. And it looks like we're out of the winter, so we'll go back to doing our farming thing, which is good. We're still getting some trees over here, okay. So it's okay. We're feeling all right. So I can't believe we used up those 500 timber already that we ordered. That's crazy. Like, where did it go? I think you can see it like reflected here. Disappeared so quickly. All right, so carving workshop. Okay, so let's get this happening. Finally. Okay, 200. That's great. We'll get that working. I probably should have a little warehouse there, but I'm not going to worry about that. Those guys are all gone. Okay, yeah, we're still working on the trees. I could remove these arrows there and move them here to gather the trees that are closer, but let's wait for winter to do that. We've got 2 people in the water, so that's still how I want it. And we got 2 free laborers. Okay, so yeah, we're just waiting for those to come back, turn them around, and then we'll see how good these carving workshops go. And then we'll try and sell some of those guys. So we'll be right back. All right, so things are looking pretty okay. So I've been going back and forth. We got our iron statues working. They're doing okay. And so I've been going here to trade, selling them, and then buying timber. So we're working on our rep with the person who gives us the dense force, and that's what we really need. And so we're working on that. So I'm still selling the cats from... No, we're purchasing from Rania to Carlos and going back and forth with that. But I'm also kind of on the side going here. See, we're almost level 2. And we are working towards these dense farms, dense forests, and dense orchards. These, I feel like, are the keys that we need. And we're getting there. We're getting there. So it's slow, but we're doing all right. So you can see we got caravans on caravans all the time. And I've been taking out all of the trees, all of the things around town, like as much as we can. We have a handful of laborers, so it's going pretty well. You can still see we don't have enough wood, enough timber. We got all the stuff gone, but we're still struggling. It's kind of wild to me how much wood you don't get from a tree. Like, I would think that it would be a decent amount, but it's not. It's not much at all. So we're tearing all those down. We're just kind of doing that over and over and over again. And then I decided to turn this mine back on so we can get it built up. So originally this was going to be our iron mine. This was going to be our coal mine. And we were going to do this whole thing right here where we're making the iron ore and then it's going straight to iron statues. Didn't really work that way. So I'm trying to get that back operational. We are having people, getting cold because they've got to go way out here. So maybe this isn't such the greatest idea, but so maybe I'll back it off just a touch for now. But that's kind of what I've been doing, just going back and forth with the traders. We've been accumulating a couple labors on the side, which is really nice. And that's what I've been doing. Not the most exciting thing. Just kind of dinking around and seeing what we can do and trying to be successful with this playthrough. It's been quite the deal. But I'm kind of running out of time for this evening. So that's going to be it for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's kind of whiny and everything, but we're getting someplace with this playthrough. It's just taking way, way, way longer than I had anticipated, but we're getting there. So have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival.